Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. We all are so used to forgetting passwords. IndusInd Bank, which is known to create customer-centric innovation, has now created a new service that will allow the customers to use their fingerprints as their passwords on IndusInd Bank's mobile app. In fact, this service helps improve the security as a transaction would not happen without the fingerprint. This service is a part of Bank's responsive innovation strategy. What is this strategy all about, and what was the insight behind their campaign featuring Farhan Akhtar? We have Anil Ramachandran, Head Marketing and Communication, IndusInd Bank, answering this for us in a conversation with Storyboard editor Anil Ramachandran. Let's hear the conversation.
Anil, in any category where it's controlled by regulation heavily, it's difficult doing marketing at all, being different. Right. Now, you guys have invested a lot of money in a celebrity, 3-4 campaigns with the same celebrity. So why are you doing this?
Essentially, BFSI is a very tough place to actually market in. It's become a very commoditized kind of products that you have in the market. We have taken the route of actually using the innovation platform, because innovation gives us a kind of a differentiation. It positions us very, very nicely against other people who pretty much do a commoditized kind of thing. We take a different stance altogether, and we invest heavily behind that. Innovation has been a running theme for us. We've kind of built on the context of Aapne Chaha, Humne Kiya, which essentially means that we look for deep consumer insights. What is lacking in their life? What can we as bankers do to make their life much, much more convenient? And essentially work on innovations based on these insights, factored in with a lot of research, and ultimately come to the market with something which makes the life of the consumer much, much easier.
Now tell me about this new campaign. What is it? What do you expect it to achieve?
Essentially, we got a whole lot of feedback that remembering passwords has kind of become one of the most cumbersome aspects of a consumer's life. There are multiple cards, multiple bank accounts, multiple passwords, even to get into various e-commerce kind of sites. So we said that the way to simplify this entire process of remembering passwords is to just make fingerprint banking, which kind of rests you put to rest any kind of password that you need to remember. So your fingerprint essentially becomes your password.
So now it's 2-3 weeks since this campaign launched. Tell me what's the feedback you've had from consumers
awesome. It's been awesome.
When you expand on awesome, what
I think any innovation that you do, is quite redundant unless it actually addresses the customer needs. And more importantly, after you've done the innovation, what's the kind of adoption that you have of it? We've seen very, very far-reaching adoption. We've got a lot of positive
quantify
feedback.
that. What is far-reaching? Lot in all these.
We've seen almost a 50 to 60% growth of adoption in our mobile kind of campaign, very, very quickly, almost instantaneously. And that really means that consumers like what they see. They find the technology very easy to use. And ultimately, it serves a need of making life much, much more convenient for these people. And therefore, the proof of the pudding ultimately lies in the fact that we are seeing people move to our mobile banking platforms and are using the fingerprint to do their transactions.
Now, tell me, is this converting the converted, as in who is your target? Is it existing bank customers or new customers who would come to IndusInd?
Both, because the existing bank customers obviously adopt to a new technology, find it convenient, and as we have seen in our other innovations as well, we had choice money ATMs, we had my account, my number. Customers who are already with you, they adopt to the new technology, find it convenient, and the new technology is a kind of exciting piece for non-customers to adopt to a product. They find that this kind of innovation really engaging, and therefore our new account onboarding also starts seeing a great amount of traction when we come out with these new technologies and new innovations.
The challenge is for your sales guys to say marketing has done a good job. They're the guys, you're spending the money, and they're the guys who've got the targets.
Right.
So tell me how the sales guys have reacted to this fingerprint technology.
Very, very positively. Ultimately, as I said, banking is very commoditized in the current Indian context. these technological edges, these digital platforms that we are creating, these customer conveniences that we create, ultimately goes into the entire sales process as well. So you might create the entire marketing platform where you communicate to the external world that you have something new, you have something that makes a difference to your life. But to the salesperson who is actually going and meeting the customer, it adds another weapon in his armory for the actual conversion, because he is able to position these technological advances, these digital simplifications of one person's life as a very strong selling point. So it is a combined focus both from a marketing perspective as well as to what it actually converts into the sales process.
Finally, you haven't mentioned the F word once, Farhan. Yeah. You have made significant investment in Farhan.
Right.
Why do you need Farhan? Why do you need a celebrity? Why couldn't you do all this without the celebrity?
Farhan has been our brand endorser for a while now. He brings about a certain amount of digital savvy. He is able to convert our entire thought processes of being young, of being savvy, of being fast, and yet a sort of wholesomeness that he brings to the brand. So it has been a very, very, shall I say, important aspect of our advertising to use Farhan as our brand endorser, to kind of project whatever we do, all our new initiatives. In recent times, as you rightly said, we have been using Farhan as almost the face of all our innovations that we are doing. So it has been a very, very critical, well thought out, I would say, marketing plan in terms of bringing a person who fits our brands in terms of his youth, in terms of his dynamism, in terms of his wholesomeness, into a banking campaign.
So finally, how will you measure the success or effectiveness of this campaign?
The success of this campaign ultimately for all of us would really be in the results that we have in actual conversions to this. It's still pretty early days, and we see this as something that will play out over the years as well. It's just not an instant thing. This lead that we take in marketing terms converts into a sales and a customer adoption process over the years. So we certainly see this bringing us rich dividends in terms of customer adoption, customer alignment with the brand, and ultimately driving our own strategies on how we grow out the entire banking paradigm.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anil. Good to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return on this week's notice board, we get to see how ITC's Tableon says prepare for life and Amazon celebrates the citizens of fashion.